Fashion's biggest night of the year is the Met Gala. Over the years, celebs have brought their A game to the carpet, creating some iconic fashion statements. And we are breaking down some of the best looks from years past. And joining us are style experts Susie Wall in Vancouver, Natalie Sexton here in studio, and TMS Entertainment reporter Morgan Hoffman. All right, let's get to it. Susie, tell us about some of the celebs who literally take the theme to heart.
Okay, well, for me, this is like, and Natalie, this is our Fashion Olympics. So
oh, yes.
I love when people really read the invitation, which is what we're focused on our What to Wear Wednesdays, is who read the memo. Let's go right to our first photo of Doja Cat. This is an unbelievable homage just to last year's Met Gala, of course, honoring the late, great Karl Lagerfeld. Literally, she is dressed as Karl's cat, Chopette, the feline nose, the hooded gown by Oscar de la Renta. 5,000 hours to craft this glamourific look. The cat eyeliner, it was ultra experimental, and we absolutely were shocked, which is what these stars are going for. Next, let's go to Jared Leto. This is from the 2019 exhibit. This was Camp Notes on Fashion. He was the viral king of that year's Met, as declared by Vogue. I mean, you guys, this diamond-encrusted turtleneck dress alone could have gotten a lot of attention, but yes, he arrived with his own head, which he reportedly tossed to Shawn Mendes at some point in the night, and Shawn caught it. It cost 10,000 euros to make this thing. Unbelievable. Next, speaking of unbelievable, always high on the shock factor, Kim K arriving in Balenciaga. So this was a head-to-toe jersey t-shirt dress from 2021 in America. A lexicon of fashion was the theme. And people were like, yeah, it's custom Balenciaga. You think? I don't think we could find this OTR off the rack. A lot of people thought this look was reductive. They were upset that her head was covered. She clapped back in true Kim K style by saying, what is more American than a head-to-toe t-shirt? So, okay, we get it. Last up, we have Lil Nas. This was epic, you guys. I'm dying to hear what you think of this. So, Lil Nas arrived fully crystallized, okay, as a crystallized cat. This was from the Karl Lagerfeld Met Gala last year. This was a Dior thong, FYI, that he was wearing. Wow. Nothing else but body paint and bejeweled everything. The late Pat McGrath, I should say, Dame Pat McGrath did all of the makeup for this. And he was literally just sprayed with gems and jewels all over his body. I loved it. I have to hear what my fashion partner in crime, Natalie Sexton, thinks about these. Let's see a photo of all of them together so we can see the full rundown of this. Okay.
You know, I am obsessed with all of these. Like, this is the time to, you know, play with fashion and art and be literal and take chances. And you want to be the one that everybody remembers on the red carpet. And I mean, all of them have done the job here. I mean, for me, I think it's Jared Leto and the decapitated head, which is his own, that really took the cake.
That was weird. Did anyone else just think it was weird?
It was haunting. So like, it was something that I thought about for days after.
Yes.
And then, you know, I just read a kind of funny story about this, but he actually lost his head that night. Like, he thinks that somebody stole it. So he put it down and it never returned, which, like,
as you would if you were carrying around your head.
Amazing. So for me, Doja Cat, only because not only the prosthetics and looking just like a cat, but if you watch any of the interviews that Doja Cat did, she just meowed. Like, she was, it was like awkward / hilarious. Someone said, so tell us about your look. Meow. Okay, so how are you feeling? Meow. Like, it was hilarious. I've never seen anybody do that before. So for me, that's just dedication to the look. My vote is Doja.
Very method. Yeah. But this is the place to do it, right?
True.
This is where you're going to go over the top, outside of the box. All right, our next category, Susie, are the celebs who consistently crush it at the Met.
Okay, well, I can't say consistent for Billy Porter, our next feature, because this was actually his first Met Gala appearance ever, but he has been consistently crushing it on red carpets and shocking us. He had been begging for an invitation for years, and literally this was the mic drop moment, right? Best entrance in Met Gala history. Half fashion, half performance art, obviously arriving like Cleopatra, carried by 6 shirtless dudes. This homage, of course, was to ancient Egypt. Super theatrical, you know. attendees, whether they're in sports, fashion, entertainment, whatever, they're asked to unveil their most creative selves. And how can you argue with this? I mean, it was just absolutely epic. Natalie, please tell me you're with me on this. Or did you think it was too over the top?
This is how I want to arrive for Fashion Fridays to studio. I'm
We don't have the
budget. No, I think this was a moment, and you're right. Like, this was his time to shine, and nobody has done anything like this.
No.
So, yeah, he made his mark for sure.
DIY expert Jen Tryon is on the phone right now. She's making your entrance, gilded entrance. Right away.
Yes.
Thank you, Jen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
wow. Gosh. Morgan?
Awesome.
I don't know. It's a toss-up. What do I like more, the shirtless men or the wings? I mean, both are, it was amazing. So what an entrance. And we're still talking about it. So kudos.
Okay, guys, we cannot forget about Riri. She not only crushes it in the beauty world, but in the music world, but she also crushes it at Met.
Woman could give a master class in how to kill it on the Met Gala carpet. Far left. That was homage in bloom to Comme des Garçons from 2017. What I like about Rihanna, we have seen her life change and evolve on these carpets. You know, the middle photo in all black, that was her first appearance with partner A$AP Rocky. You know, they were wearing matching, comforters, really. In the middle, that is her... That is her dripping in white blooms, an artful interpretation. That was just from last year's Met Gala, an homage to Karl Lagerfeld. It was important and interesting because they kept the red carpet press waiting for up to an hour at the end. They were the last to arrive. She was wearing Valentino. Everybody thought that she'd be wearing vintage Karl, but in fact, the irony here is that she was vintage Karl because she arrived late. So that was her true homage to the Sir Lagerfeld. And then on the far right, that was 2018 Heavenly Bodies arriving basically as the Pope. So I tip my hat to her. It was that crystallized fabric for me that was really sort of a dead ringer for that Catholic vibe. But the Pope headpiece, I mean, how can you compete? It's impossible. Natalie, you need that headpiece for your next What to Wear Wednesdays.
I like it as I arrive as Cleopatra with the headpiece. Yeah. We'll take a little dabble from everybody, incorporate it in. You know, I think the key with Rihanna is that she wears everything that she wears with confidence. Like, there's no wavering here. She is in character. She owns it. We believe it. Like, she is wearing literally a comforter. And I'm like, that is the chicest thing I have ever seen. So, I mean, she just embodies what the Met Gala is all about.
And someone who also does that and comes in with so much confidence is Zendaya, who is co-hosting this year's event. Susie.
Oh, gosh. And you know what? We have all talked about her so much on this award show season, just killing it. She has firmly cemented herself as a fashion icon, right? I mean, far left. I love this blunt cut bob, the intense beauty, that futuristic gown by Michael Kors. How can you not love 2017? One of my favorite looks from her of all time, the tropical prince. This was the homage to Comme des Garçons. 2017, like that was a few years ago. In the middle, Joan of Arc, 2018. You know, the micro bob, the different tone of the sort of the auburn hair. Far right, that was 2019 Camp Notes on Fashion. You know, Tommy Hilfiger, she showed up, the dress was gray. She had this sort of animatronic lighting underneath, and her stylist, La Roche, was like bibbity bobbity boop as her fairy godbrother. And all of a sudden the dress came to light, literally, and became this beautiful, shiny sort of alabaster blue. So she has killed it consistently for us, and I personally find her so inspiring. Natalie, I can't see you disagreeing with this one, right?
Not at all. She's the queen of literal dressing. We've seen her do it on red carpets, right, for Challengers, for Dune. I can't wait to see how she does this for the Met Gala.
It's going to be big, especially if La Roche is behind the look for this year. It's going to be great.
All right, now,
Morgan, how are you?
Time.
Oh, yes, go. Yeah. I was going to say, Morgan, I wanted to know if you like the Cinderella.
You know I love the Cinderella. Susie, you know, it's my favorite look maybe of all time. I love it so much.
Well, we are going to stick with you right now, Morgan, because I want to know your all-time favorite look.
Okay, we're going with Katy Perry when she really took the theme of camp in 2019 and ran with it. She was dressed as a chandelier. She was in a mosquito dress. It was just phenomenal. So that headpiece weighed 40 pounds. What you can tell in her dress, you can't tell she has 2 battery packs. people were asking her, how are you going to sit down? And she's like, you don't sit at the Met. So this for me was next level. I still think about this look. So that's my pick.
Nat, you're up.
Okay, Sarah Jessica Parker. I mean, I always love her. Nobody does the Met Gala like her. This was 2013, and the theme was punk chaos to couture. She actually wore a mohawk headdress, like this tiara that she had to sit on the floor of the car to even get there because it was so high. I love, like, look at those velvet Louboutin boots that she did with that Gilles gown and the jewels and the gold foil. Like, just everything here. I can't get it out of my head. That's one that forever for me, forever in time.
Susie, your all-time pick.
Has to also be SJP, actually, from 2006. Anglomania. Now we're on the same page.
Oh, yes.
But
Oh, yes.
What a moment this was. Sarah Jessica calls this one of her favorite moments in fashion for her personally in her lifetime. She said, I have every pin he dropped from his mouth in my possession still. Of course, Alexander McQueen would be no longer with us only 4 years later. They arrived wearing these matching tartans. And it was his family tartan, this is. And he said she kept commenting on how shy he was and how humble he was. And for me, it was just this cool moment in kind of Anglo-punk. Nat, you and I are on the same Anglo-punk vibe, but I just absolutely love this moment.
All right, and my pick is Blake Lively from 2022. The theme was the Gilded Age. She wore this Versace gown that was a 2-in-1. This is how she arrived, and on the steps, she unleashed that bow. That became
That was unreal.
It was wild.
That was.
Oh, gosh, so many great looks, so many great Mets. We want to know who your favorites are. Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, ladies.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye.